Youth and information with specific responsibility for the youth portfolio. As of February 2019, Minister Floyd Green has served in the capacity of Minister of State in the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries. And following his re-election as Member of Parliament for Southwest St. Elizabeth on September 3, 2020, Minister Floyd Green has been appointed as the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries. And guess what? He joins us right now. Right now he joins us inside the Sun City Morning Show. Minister, good morning to you.
Morning, Debs. Morning to all your listeners. Happy to be here.
Yes. Happy World Food Day.
Yeah, happy World Food Day to you too, and happy World Food Day to everybody listening and everybody who's tuning in.
Did you have a hearty breakfast? Have you had breakfast already?
Well, I had some wonderful tea.
Okay.
That is, I have a little, a little honey.
Grown in Jamaica?
Lime, ginger, yeah. Is that, I call it my little anti-COVID concoction,
Oh, nice.
With vitamin C.
Great way to start the Friday and a great way to start the weekend.
Yes.
Now, Jamaica is joining the rest of the world today in observing World Food Day under the theme, Grow, Nourish, Sustain, Together Our Actions Are Our Future, which leads us into food security. Talk to us, Minister, a little bit more about why food security is so important, especially at a time like this.
Well, I think it's more critical than ever before, especially with the realities of COVID-19. I think a lot of people have been asking, quite frankly, can we feed ourselves?
Yes,
if our
yes.
trade routes were to be cut off, if we were to have significant dislocation in places where we normally get food from, would we have the ability to sustain? So when you think about that, then you have to look at, one, how are your farmers doing? How are your fisher folks doing? Who are those people who really bring the food to us? And you recognize the critical importance of agriculture and of our food heroes, as we call them, our farmers and our fisher folk who are responsible for ensuring that we have enough food to feed ourselves. So, it's always an important discussion in relation to food security, but it's more important now because I think we've seen the real threats when the world goes into crisis. So part of what we have to focus on World Food Day, what the ministry is focusing on, is to ensure that we have that food security. To look at the crops, to look at our farmers and our fishermen and women, and to ensure that they get the respect that they deserve, the motivation and the support to go out and do what they do best, so that we will be able to say that we are food secure.
Definitely. And I have to ask you the question. I mean, it may have been a rhetoric on your part, Minister, but can we feed ourselves? Talking about Jamaica now, I mean, do you think we have enough acres and acres of land to just continue growing and enough fish, enough poultry? Do we have enough?
We definitely have enough land.
Okay.
Right? Is enough of that land in production?
Yes.
The answer would be no.
Okay.
So part of what we have to do, we definitely have to ramp up production.
Yes.
We have to get more of those lands into active agricultural use, and we have to, one, identify, I would say, what are, in the worst case scenario, what would be our primary sources of carbohydrate and proteins and vitamins.
The good
thing is that we are sufficient in a number of areas. We're sufficient in things like chicken. We do have enough chicken in terms of our production to satisfy our market space. We're sufficient in things like pig rearing, where we really have enough in relation to satisfy our market space. But there are still other areas that we have a lot of work to do, and we have a lot of work to do, especially in terms of things like feedstock. Right? So if you were to ask me in terms of direction, then part of what we're doing at the ministry is identifying some of the things that we have a competitive advantage in, and trying to put, one, more land into production in those areas, and also, two, to focus on things like our fisher folks. How can we ensure that we are using the sea in a sustainable way? Because one of the things that we do have is a vast ocean space, which is about 25 times the size of Jamaica. And again, how can we look at things like aquaculture, growing more seafood on land, mariculture, growing more seafood in the sea, so that we will always have a steady supply of protein. So I would say, quite frankly, in some areas we're good, and we definitely have no challenge in relation to our food supply chain. But if we have to think about the worst, so if the worst were to happen, we still have some work to do.
Definitely, most definitely. You just called my name when you said seafood. I am a seafood girl. So you see, just any plans, any activities that you have lined up to make sure that there's enough food in the sea, you just call Deb's name.
No. So, and one of the things, and as you may know, we have been on a listening tour, going to our parishes, speaking to our farmers and our fisher folk to find out what they want the ministry to do on their behalf. Clearly, as their new minister, I found it very, very important to hear directly from them. And they have been sharing, especially our fishermen and women have been sharing a lot of great ideas. And I think we have had very frank conversations about some of our practices and the fact that we have to really stop some of our practices if we're going to keep the industry growing. But definitely one of the main areas of focus that you will hear us talk a lot about is aquaculture. How can we have more inland farming of fish? How can we diversify our seafood provisions? How can we, again, look at things like mariculture where they farm in the sea? We believe that we have a genuine opportunity to maximize our seafood production.
Great. And Minister, so we understand that your ministry, in collaboration with the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations and local stakeholders, I understand that even though we're going through the pandemic, you have planned a raft of activities to raise awareness around the importance of food security for World Food Day. Could you tell us a little bit more about those activities? We have about a minute to go.
No problem. So one, let me first thank the FAO. They're a critical partner, and today we celebrate 75 years of the FAO, and the aim is still the same, to end hunger. So we'll be having a virtual press event at 10 o'clock where we will be talking a little bit more about World Food Day, but more importantly, we'll be providing fresh food to some of our great charities, the mustard seed communities. And the mustard seed has done an excellent job of caring for children with special needs. So we're going to be providing some fresh food to our mustard seed homes, so you can look out for that. Also, I'm launching a cooking video today. So you will see me partnering with Mission Food Possible, a Jamaican group that they are aimed at helping us treat food security by using local produce in very creative ways. So they have something called the most valuable produce scale, where they rank or produce things like cassava, yam, and they tell you how can we spice it up in the kitchen, how can we get our children more in tune to eating local food. So we're going to be launching 2 recipes today. I went in the kitchen and you can see me display my chef skills.
This is on your page? This is on your Instagram page?
You can look for it on my Instagram page, on the ministry's Instagram page,
follow you
all over social media. Yeah, man, please do that. And what we want, and Devs, this is what we want. We want you to say yes to fresh. So we want you to take this World Food Day, buy some local food, and cook a creative local meal and share it. You know what we want to really start is a movement among our people, especially among our youth, that we are changing our taste profile. Our profile has been built on a lot of imported food items. We want to change that and to build a profile on local Jamaican food. So World Food Day is a perfect time to start. So I'm looking out to see what you're going to cook, what you're going to share. We want to see your picture on social media, and the entire team.
I will make sure that I do that.
Steve, that I have sent out a challenge to him. So Mr. Billings, I have sent out a challenge to you. We want you to make something local.
We're going to eat fresh. We're going to eat fresh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fresh.
I'll make sure that I do that and tag you in it, so you'll see.
Please.
You'll see that I'm doing my little part.
Yes.
All right.
Appreciate that.
Minister,
All right.
I want to thank you so much for joining us right here inside the Sun City Morning Show, and of course sharing with us some of the activities. I mean, it sounds really exciting, sounds fun and engaging. You have engaging activities that persons at all levels, at all age group, they can actually partake in that. So again, happy World Food Day.
Thank you, and happy World Food Day to you, listeners.
Have a good one.
Right.
Enjoy your weekend.
Okay.
All right, so listeners, there you have it. Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, the Honorable Floyd Green, sharing with us the activities surrounding the observance of World Food Day today in Jamaica and the importance of achieving food security. We need to make sure so we're belly full all the time. And do remember to let's continue to support our farmers by eating local and, of course, prepare a meal today. Prepare a meal today and hashtag eat fresh. Definitely.